I'm going to show you what I've done with Bitcoin here, and I want to impress upon you previous buy zones that I've had, and they started right around under 66K. So what I did is at 66K, here let's go to the other chart so you can see it better. I hedged 25% of my Bitcoin because of the fact that this was where the original trend lines were and resistances was at, right at that 68.6K. Now the main reason why is because of the Middle East. It was an easy setup to see the geopolitical with the chart together. And if you saw this pattern right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it was just, easy to see. And so I hedged 25% of my Bitcoin exposure, and I took the shorts here as a short hedge, and I traded it back down to this zone over here. And now I've not only covered that, I went over and added the 7%, which is half of a little over half, I think, of what I had, between 14 and 15%. I've taken about 50% of that and bought it as we went to these numbers down here at 60K, the low 60K area right here. And I showed you that on the chart the other day. These are the zones, 61, 200, all the way down to the 60K. And that's where we currently are at. Now, the last 6-7% that I have to buy, I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin. I'm just going to buy Bitcoin is basically what I'm going to do with it. And I just would like to see if it can get all the way down to under 58K. That'll be my last buy area. Or else I'm going to have to buy it as it breaks out to the upside. Let me give you the alternate scenario. Because here's what I would project happening from here. I do not think we're going to hold the downside for long. I think this is a geopolitical, and geopolitical selling or price moves usually go back to where they happened from. So this happened from the 66K area, and then I would expect not only that to go back up to here, but to also break out above this area up here, and to do it within here. Let's get this one. Let's draw this circle a little bit bigger. By the, what date is that? The 14th of October. That would make sense because we've already started the statistical probabilities of breaking out to the upside, and we had one move, got kind of close but not close enough, from the 28th of August. And the next line, let's see, goes all the way to here. And what is that? Let's see. I believe that's like today, if I'm correct. Yep, the 3rd. So as I'm making this video, this is the next line. So probabilities of statistically having a breakout to the upside go up. They elevate once again. They started here. Percentages go up. Percentages go up from today and on. Ratchet up higher. And the chances of acceleration, getting larger moves, instability in price, where you get larger price moves, starts to accelerate even higher than from the 28th. And we had a pretty big move when it went down to here, to the 53K area here, and went all the way up to 66K. That was a pretty big elevation and move and speed, right? So the next one should be even bigger. So we'll see what happens as that occurs there. Oh, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. That line should not be there. That should be here. October. There you go. All right, there is another line, but I think it might be the 5th or the 4th of November. I'll have to put that one up, but I'll do that in the next video. So I just had my lines incorrectly placed. No big deal. Now it's corrected. Let's go back to it. October 3rd. Yep, okay. That's here. Again, I do not expect this to last any length of period of time. You can already see we've got kind of a M forming. The volume is on the downside. It's silly. You know, the bigger money's trying to press it down to do induced selling, but they're not going to be able to last too long. The people are aware, and when you'll see them in the tape, they'll start to show up when the supply diminishes and we spike back up to this area up here. And if we take out this, how we take out this out is going to be what's interesting, because the projections to the upside from here, and let me show you on the break, not only with this right here, this pattern, but with just this one that's been pre-existing for the past several months, since March. So this is kind of a long drawn out one. When you get that break from here, you've got the low 93K area as your main target zone. That's what I got these lines up here for. And we'll see what happens. I'm in no rush, but within the next few weeks, a breakout above here is likely to occur. So we'll see. Yeah, with the next several weeks about. And we've got the second line here. Probabilities go up from October 3rd. And the next one, I believe, is either the November 4th or 5th. I'll have to go over and calculate that. And the numbers go way up again. They accelerate to the upside of larger price moves and breakouts. Now, where do you go from here, even after this smaller area? Well, you know what I'm looking for. I don't have to tell you. We can push all of this aside. This is all small. This is just the small technical areas. Here's what you're really looking for next year, and that's your minimum target. And then we can have numbers that go even all the way up to here that are projected. There are many people projecting many different things, all the scenarios. The lower end ones are around the 200,000 area, and the higher end ones are above the upper 400 to 500,000 area, with many of them being closer to the 700,000 mark. But I would be very happy with just 242 or 500 or 480, somewhere in that range. Again, I'm kind of conservative when we have these breakout moves, and they usually bypass my numbers to the upside. So again, no rush. Those are the bigger targets. I'm focused on Bitcoin, and I'm going to put the rest of the money into that. I've had a good trade with that, silly geopolitical stuff that's going on. I shouldn't say it's silly. It's unfortunate. It's what it really is. In our day and age, these dictators and authoritarian countries waging war, seriously, and they're only doing it because it's the oldest playbook in the world for dying empires. These are mostly mafia states that have no real legitimacy, and the misery of their people is their currency, honestly. And that's kind of sad, since their people don't stand up for themselves. They're ruled like sheep, and that's the unfortunate thing about governments. At least with democracy, you have the vote, and you can vote people out. And yeah, governments aren't perfect, but at least they're not criminal. And the ones that are, like your Iran, Russia, North Korea, and China, they're going to suffer. And it's only because of they do it to themselves. At least the Chinese are pragmatic. They're not stupid. They want a better life and for their people in general. Um, Russians are just kind of sad, is the only way to put it. North Koreans, there's no point to, in Iran, when your countries are ruled by people that are just uh, not going to be dealt with by the rest of the world, it doesn't really matter. People will shun them, is basically what it is. They're not invited to the party. And the party is basically prosperity and a better life for your people. Think of it that way. Anyway, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. You know where we are, what I'm looking for. The next thing, maybe we can get all the way down to here and then break out to the upside. That's it. Get back up to these numbers up here, because geopolitical stuff, generally, unless it gets worse, which I guess the next thing what's going to happen is Israel's going to go over and bomb several areas of Iran. We'll see. And the beat goes on. What can you say? Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.